Hello and welcome to my Genesis 2 review. Today is the last day Genesis 2 is on sale, so I wanted to go ahead and get this video out there to you guys to help you make informed decisions on whether you should go ahead and buy the Genesis pack if you haven't bought it already. Now the Genesis pack does include Genesis 1 and 2, so you do get quite a bit of value for your money there. It is 15% off right now, so you'll save about $5. Alright, let's get into this. Genesis 2 is this huge new map, right? You've probably seen the videos and the trailers and heard all the rumors that this is an amazing new expansion, all kinds of new features, new dinos, new gear, the largest map ever. And yes, that's true. This map does seem extremely large compared to all other maps, but since you start with a tech suit, it feels like it's about the same size as the other maps. That's just because you can travel around so fast, right? And that's another thing, starting with a tech suit is really nice. But there's some downsides to starting with a tech suit as well, right? It takes away the beginning game progression and the need to get tames and move up. You can basically start in-game, immediately go get yourself a replicator, a skiff, and yeah, by the end of day one, you have tech turrets. Yeah, and so then you're just kind of rolling in tech, which kind of removes all of the beginning fun of Ark. So if you guys enjoy the beginning primitive start of Ark, this is not the DLC for you to start on. It introduces the new mechanics, new dinos. We have the Tech Striders, the Noglins, the Void Worms, things like that. And while all these new dinos are great, they all break the game in some way or another, right? And you can say it's an oversight or whatever you want to believe, but honestly, Wildcard's been doing this for a while now. They basically hate people's bases. They don't like the way players play the game. Wildcard has always wanted you to be a nomadic player, right? They want your tribes to be nomadic. They don't want you building in one place and building up and spreading out and spamming and taking up all this room. They just want you traveling around with whatever you can carry, basically. So all these new dinos, just like with Extinction, are designed to destroy bases very quickly. And all these dinos bypass a lot of your defenses and immediately destroy your bases. So what they're really doing is reinforcing the cave meta, because the Tech Strider, the most destructive dino out there right now for bases, doesn't fit in caves. At this point, reinforcing the cave meta is not really what they intended to do, but it's what they've done. Wildcard does not like the cave meta. And of course we have all these really nice new tech items you can carry around on you, which kind of eliminates the need for dinosaurs as well, and eliminates the need for quite a few things. The tech bow, for example, as long as you have shards, which, hey, super easy to get on Genesis 2. Genesis 2 is just like, the element farming is insane. One day we got over 5,000 element just from our first element farm. What does this mean? So with all this element and the new tech items, it makes the new tech items great. The tech bow, for example, you can swap between a bunch of different types of ammo types for it, so you only ever need one bow. There's the cool new tech pistol. It seems really neat, and it has 3 different modes: heal, kill, stun. I'll go over that in a different video if you'd like to see it. Most of the new handheld player items and the vehicles and stuff that come with the game, the items themselves aren't too bad. The tech hover cell, on the other hand, apparently isn't targeted by turrets right now and is being used to launch C4 into people's bases. So, another broken thing that wasn't well thought out. It does move really fast, but it just kind of stays right above the ground. You can't really fly with it very well. You can launch it into the air with certain ways and doing tricks to stay in the air longer, but for the most part it wants to stay right above the ground. While the tech cell seems cool in concept, once you have it out in the game and stuff, it just seems like it just was never fully completed. There's quite a bit of Genesis 2 that is like that. This is just like any other DLC Wildcard's ever launched. We're in the beta version of the DLC right now, and we probably will be until the map unlocks and you can transfer in. That's generally how this goes with their DLCs, and unfortunately Genesis 2 is no different. Right? They didn't do enough Q&A testing, they didn't do enough beta testing, and now we are their beta testers once again. The map is full of mesh holes, the map is full of glitches and issues. The map has lots of places where you just die for no reason because you got mesh detected while being where you're supposed to be. So that's a lot of fun. Your dinos are getting killed, so that's aberration all over again. It just seems like Wildcard doesn't learn from their past mistakes, and they just continue repeating them. So on top of all of these other issues Genesis 2 is having, they also forgot to add bees to the game, right? Now they are working on a fix for this, but it didn't even occur to them that one of their biggest staples in the game for players is honey. Honey allows you to do all kinds of things in this game. Mostly, sweet cake is the big thing, right? That's the big thing. You can tame snails with it, so you can get paste. You can use it to soak people's turrets, stuff like that. But we're not going to get into what all honey and cake does for players. Just know it's a big part of the game and is necessary. They also didn't put a good way to getting cementing paste, and the devs actually see no issue with making people farm chitin and rocks and making cementing paste in their chemistry benches. So what does this mean? This means the devs don't play their own game. They don't listen to their own players. I mean, this game's been out for a long time now, and nobody enjoys, okay, well, maybe somebody does, but most players do not enjoy using chitin and rocks inside chemistry benches to make paste. It's super slow, it's inefficient, and it's just another huge grind that nobody really wants to do. This just goes to show that the wildcard doesn't care how their players play the game. They don't really pay attention to what their player base wants, what their player base does. They have absolutely no idea what their players do, apparently. Except for the things that players do that wildcard just doesn't like and causes extra work for them, I guess. Another issue going on right now with Genesis 2 that they're trying to fix is the game system, right? There's a minigame system, and you have to win so many minigames to be able to fight the boss and to be able to tame striders and things like that. So what happens? Well, your game history gets erased, and you drop back to having 1-0 games over and over again. Now, supposedly they put in a fix for this morning or last night, but we'll see for sure if it's actually fixed or not. But these kind of issues right here is why I don't recommend buying Genesis 2 if you haven't already purchased the Genesis pack, which includes Genesis 1. If you bought Genesis 1, you have Genesis 2, so you might as well play it. If you don't, then the only reason to get Genesis 2 is to grab these OP items as fast as possible to go destroy your enemy's bases. Otherwise, just wait until the beta is over and they have fixed all their issues, or at least the majority of the issues, before picking it up. I know it's $5 off right now, but it'll go on sale again. And yes, if you're playing on officials and you try and you don't have a tribe members on Genesis 2 and you pick it up at a later date, you're probably not going to get a good base spot on Genesis 2, but honestly there are very few good base spots anyway, if any at all, that aren't probably mesh spots that are going to get patched out later. So I wouldn't worry too much about good base spots. Genesis 2 is going to be another one of those maps where you just need a outpost and you go there to get stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have an awesome day.